Γεια σας! Hey everyone! Greetings from Greece. I am Eleana, and this is a behind the scenes of a beautiful trap, the awareness campaign.
Let's do this. A Beautiful Trap started as a very personal experiment. I wanted to find a symbolic way to talk about the things we often hide, our escapes, our distractions, the quiet ways we drown. From the very beginning, which was when it was created as an experimental short film, I could see it as more than just that. It felt like something that could live as a campaign. The kind that would belong to an organization or foundation speaking about mental health and the ways we cope. So when I came across the Chrome Awards, I thought now's the chance to actually create it myself. Though to be honest, it would have been a lot easier to just submit the movie as it was. But well, I feel like it was really worth it. As a creator and an artist, I've always believed that AI isn't here to replace creativity. It's here to amplify it. I don't think AI makes stories more human. We do that. What AI really gives us is the ability to tell stories in ways that simply wouldn't be possible otherwise. It pushes you to think differently, to explore new visual languages, and to give you ideas and even more space to shine. As for my creative flow, every creator knows a workflow never really stays linear. Sure, you might start with a plan, but in the middle of one step, you go back, you test something new, you scrap things, rebuild them. And having said that, I'll now give you a quick inside look at my workflow and how this project came together, using some of the tools that really made a difference in bringing it into life. So, let's dive in.
Let's start from the beginning, with a visual foundation. Most of my main character and scene production happened inside Midjourney, including the logo design. I chose this one, which I later refined in Adobe Illustrator until I achieved the final result that felt like representing the project's identity. Some scenes needed extra work before they could move into animation. For example, this one. The original image didn't include the hand, so I used Photoshop's generative fill to add it, allowing me later on to animate the reach out movement. In another case, for the final underwater sequence, I cleaned the image completely in Photoshop to create a pure open background, which was the base for the scene's closing moment. For the voiceover, since the narration was multilingual, I used ChatGPT to generate translations for each language and then imported them into 11 Labs. I tested several different models and tones before selecting the ones that matched each phrase's emotion and rhythm. I also adjusted speed and pacing to bring out either drama or reflection depending on the moment. Finally, I generated additional sound effects through prompts, picking a few that best supported key scenes and transitions. Once the images were polished, I moved on to animation. I used a few different tools for this stage, starting with Hailuo AI, which handled the opening false sequence you see in the film. I experimented with both the first frame and first and last frame options of the tool, iterating multiple times and testing different prompts. Other scenes were built using Weavy, especially those that required complex compositions like the closing one with multiple objects. To achieve that, I created each object individually using Gemini, then combined them into one scene, and finally animated the composition using Kling, and this process allowed me to craft depth and realism while maintaining my surreal aesthetic. And here's where all the magic came together, in CapCut. I used 30 different channels, layers in the timeline in total, for sound, visuals, effects, and captions to achieve a multi-layered structure that would help build the scenes better. The soundtrack came from Suno AI, but I didn't just drop it in. I edited it to enhance emotion and added my own sound design to match the rhythm of the visuals using audio effects. CapCut's built-in transitions and effects were great for creating smooth motion between layers and change of aesthetic. And here's an example of how I use the combination of effects in this shot. I also kept a consistent color reference across all scenes to unify the tone and animated the text for better flow and emotional pacing. Some sound layers came from CapCut sound effects library, others from 11 Labs, and blending them gave me cinematic balance. One thing is for sure, even if you're a beginner user, CapCut really makes it accessible to create multi-layered professional compositions. And fun fact, I edited my behind-the-scenes video using CapCut as well.
So, that was a look behind the scenes of a beautiful trap, the awareness campaign. Thank you so much for watching, and if I can leave you with one message, it's this. Protect your mental health and your creativity. Don't let anyone or anything shake either of them. Thanks again, and see you in the next story. Ευχαριστώ.